Welcome to the stateless code video, and in this video we're going to take a little bit deeper look at Agentforce for Salesforce. So in the previous video I kind of provided an overview of Salesforce and Agentforce and kind of talked some about the prerequisites in your org in order to have success with this. So you've got to have the fundamentals down here. You've got to have good descriptions in your flow variables, strong security policies that use principle of least privilege, good descriptions for custom fields and all of these other things, because those things will help your reduce the risk and improve the accuracy of the agents that you've got there. So you can check out that video if you want to learn kind of more of the overview of these things. And in this one, we're going to kind of take a tour of the different aspects that you can have in Agentforce. So this is a temporary Trailhead org that I've got that I was using for some of my Trailhead Trailhead badges that require Agentforce for hands-on challenges, and you also get them for super badges. There's in particular the Agentforce Service Super Badge has one that has both Agentforce and Data Cloud on it. That one is expired for me, so we're just dealing with Agentforce right now. If I had Data Cloud enabled, there would be things like data libraries that I could use to, say, connect knowledge articles or file uploads to the data that my agent has, and then use retrieval augmented grounding in order to add something like that into a prompt template, or use it to enhance the default answer questions with knowledge action. So we're going to start by turning on the kind of configuration prerequisites here. So in order to use Agentforce, you need to have an org with those features enableable, and then you need to enable in setup. You need to turn on Einstein, and then you need to turn on Agentforce. So we'll start with Einstein, and you're looking for Einstein Setup. Click on that. We can see that Einstein is currently off. I turn Einstein on and hit refresh here. I should now see a bunch of Agentforce stuff. I mentioned here Agentforce data library. So in this org, I don't have Data Cloud enabled, so I can't choose a new library, but this is where you would go to do that. And then you've got your Agentforce agents. Agentforce is currently off. We need to turn it on. And now this org kind of has the way it was set up, Coral Cloud agent, and then the Coral Cloud experience agent is really the one that is kind of doing what was set up for most of the challenges and stuff like that, and the hands-on stuff that you were doing. And then over here, you've also got Agentforce Assets. So this gives you a list of the topics and actions that are available kind of in general to your Salesforce agents. They can be standard or custom, and they can have flows, prompt templates. They can just be standard actions, kind of Agentforce CRM type stuff. And then you've got flows and stuff like that. So we'll take a look at the Coral Cloud Experience agent here. And this is kind of the summary type view of it. Details, so you would define, when you're doing this, provide a good description, the role, about what the agent's supposed to do. This will be further specified in the different topics that your agent has, and then information about your company. And then if you don't have one set up, you need to choose an agent user for that agent. If you want, there's event logs. If you can enable it, if probably not in a Trailhead org, but you can keep records of conversations so that you can look back and troubleshoot. Let's say you had an unexpected event with your agent, you can come back and like see what steps, what the conversation was that caused that to happen, and try to iterate on it and improve it. And we've got our topics. We've got booked activity management. It looks like here is our main topic, and then gives information about the configuration, and then the actions available to that topic. And then you can have custom topics and standard topics for your agents. Most of the time you'll spend with these agents, though, will be in the Agentforce Builder. So we'll go back to this agent, and we're going to click Open in Builder here. And you can see here on the left bar, you've got topics. So right now we've just got this booked activity management topic from whatever Trailhead badge I was doing. You've got data. So if you had turned on Data Cloud, you could create a data library for knowledge articles, file uploads, external web searches, etc. Connections. So this is, you can do things like, you can see here, there's some omni-channel stuff that's set up in this org. And then you can kind of, again, if you've got the fundamentals configured correctly, you can deal with your, you can create a case, get something to your, assigned to one of your service employees, and resolve the matter. There are context things. So you have variables here and filters. You can control, let's say you have something that you only want to, a topic that you only want to allow once somebody's been authenticated. It's got sensitive data or whatnot. You can go in and you can change, kind of create a new variable, and then specify things about how you want, whether you want the LLM to be able to use it, whether you can allow it to be set by the API. And then once that variable is there, you can create filters around those variables. So you've got right now contact ID, and user ID, routable ID, and then you can add your own variables. And then this looks very similar to what you've got in Flow Builder, where you've got kind of the resource, the operator, and the value. Language, right now it's just got the default English language set up, but if you've got an org with a lot of internationalization, you can kind of go with that. Salesforce's non-English, Agentforce's non-English support is, I'm not sure if it's generally supported yet. At least a lot of the stuff that, like, you'll see warnings around Trailhead and stuff like that. Like if you change the default language away from English, some of that stuff's not going to work. So that might just be that the challenges were really only written to deal with English or stuff like that. But it's available if you if your company needs that. And then you've got events. So this would have been from whenever earlier we were dealing with kind of that initial cancel the activity thing that we did in the previous video. So in your topics, you can add new topics, like a straight up brand new topic, or you can add from your asset library. So there are a lot of kind of default topics that you can use here. Let's say that we'll start now before this escalation topic exists. I am going to say I want to speak to a real person. And you can see here in the middle the reasoning. Like Agentforce is more than just an LLM. There's also kind of a reasoning engine in between that kind of categorizes into these topics and actions that we've done, and kind of decides which ones are applicable given the utterance that is in the chat window. So it's kind of that a GPT is very much inductive, so it's trained on, like, you just throw mountains and mountains of data at it, and the idea is to predict the next token. So given all the data that we've received, you've got an utterance, and you're going to predict like every next token for the response to that. But then on the deductive side, that's like, is this query, is this utterance on topic or off topic for this topic? That needs more of a deductive reasoning side of things, and Agentforce kind of has that reasoning layer that kind of does the quarterbacking and routing of making sure that you're not going off the rails in terms of how you interact with your LLM. So we can see here it's off topic, never answers general knowledge questions and everything there. So now we're going to see what happens. We're going to add that escalation topic from the library, and it's there. It's noted here, we made changes, you want to restart the conversation, so we'll do so. I'm not satisfied, I want to talk to a real person. And now you can see, one moment now, I connect you to the next available service representative. You can look at here, we did booked activity management. This was kind of where you've got the topic, you go in and you kind of set up the classification description, kind of what defines the topic, the scope, the guardrails around your topic, and then specific instructions. Usually, if somebody asks about this, take action, take the get customer details action, take the get contacts upcoming bookings. So we can say here, are my upcoming bookings. Oh, and we've got something went wrong, try it again. Well, hit refresh. Try it again. Ask it with a question mark. All right. So this is one where it says you need to provide the kind of username and membership number so that I can get your upcoming bookings, so that I can't just say, I'm Hallie McNichol and I want to say, show me all of Sophia Rodriguez's bookings. So we'll authenticate here. So, and you can see now you've got the bookings, and you can see all of the information and prompting, the instructions, the actions taken, and then the reasoning behind the action selection and all that stuff. If I lose the ability to see the bottom of the chat here, but if I make the window wider, you can see the center section here gets a little bit bigger and easier to read. So that's kind of topics and actions. You can have custom actions on a topic. You can take a topic and override it. So let's say we wanted to take a look at this escalation topic. We can hit new version here, and now I can add more instructions. You could change it to say, first offer a call back or something like that, and change the instructions there to customize them for your specific use case. And then you can, let's say you had a special escalation flow that created a case, you could add it to your topic's actions. New version, might have to refresh after doing a new version. save, new version, and then save, and then probably refresh. And now you could add a, let's say you had a case management create a case when somebody escalates could be one of your actions, and you could invoke a flow that does that. Let's add a new action, see if there are any that are kind of applicable to escalation. None really apply here, so you'd have to go and create one. The other thing that you'll wind up using a lot is Prompt Builder. So we'll take a look at Prompt Builder now. In Prompt Builder, you can see that you've got kind of a series of different template types. You've got record summary, case details, sales emails. Let's say that we can take a look at one of these. So these are the instructions involved in this default case. You can see the overview, the inputs. This is free text here. Use a third person point of view. And then you could, like, hopefully it won't, we'll see how it does with something that isn't really a chat transcript. So you can see here where it's providing the instructions in the prompt here, output format, progress made, additional input, and then it's got the input chat transcript there. So if you wanted to add other inputs, just take a look at it. All right, so you'd need to save it as a new version if you wanted to modify it. And then now that it's a version 1, you can insert a resource. Let's say you wanted the current user's department, and you could say you are in that department. So you could, let's say, put it here, and you can insert the resource, current user department, and then you can do that with flow outputs and other things here. So you can see flows as options, Apex, Einstein search. There aren't any available because we don't have Data Cloud on, but you can kind of take that and add it in to ground your prompt so that it's not just basic in the wild GPT with no context. You can kind of add the data here. So this is just a transcript, but if you put a real record in one of these, let's take a look at the sales email check-in. So here we've got a user and a contact. So we'll say use old reliable Sophia Rodriguez, and we can see now in the resolved prompt, it still has provide title here. Let's say we want to change this so that we'll save it as a new template. We'll say stateless check-in, and now I have the ability to change these things. We'll say it's the stateless version of the check-in email. We'll see whether that works or not. If it doesn't, we can iterate on it. And we'll preview it. Iterator response. And we can see taxation is theft. So that gives you what you want here. And then you can play around and iterate on those things to give field summaries, flex templates. Let's deal a little bit with flex templates. So flex templates will have defined inputs and outputs that give you, as you might expect, more flexibility. But then you've got, so like generate personalized schedule here. You've got your defined inputs, and then you've got an output. This is using Apex to get personalized guest experiences. And then can preview it. And you can see in this case, the output is going to be, you've got the resolve prompt kind of in JSON from the Apex, and then it's taking that and it's converting it into a bulleted list. Let's say I want to change it so that it is, we'll say, limit save and preview, and see if we limited things down to 5 list items, and we did. So you can kind of go and iterate with those things, and then you can use that prompt. So this is the generate personalized schedule. We can add that back to our, we might need to activate it, that version, in order to be able to use it in our agent actions. There it is. Activate the version that only has 5 bullets. And we'll go back to guest management. Open our agent backend builder. And booked activity management. Add an instruction saying, save that. Add a new action. This will be a prompt template action. Click next. Provide agent action instructions. Have a custom loading text for this. And then click finish here. We will hit refresh here, and we'll see if that and we'll you can see the working on it custom item here, and we can see that we've got our personalized schedule. It's down to the 5 bullets that we specified in our most recent version of the prompt template, and you can see kind of the power of the different things that you can do now. Say, and you can see it's been successfully canceled. And you can see we had 8, now we have 7. So it's keeping the context there. Let's see, I don't think we've got a book action here. So here will be an example of something that it, can you book this for me? And then back to that escalation topic where the agents kind of can't handle the thing and is handing it off to a real person. So I hope that gives you a kind of a basic idea of how Agentforce works and the various things that you'll be doing as you kind of work to customize the topics and actions for your various agents to your particular company's needs. In the next video, I'm going to try to play around a little bit and see if I can make a Cookie Monster agent. So if you're a little bit silly, you might want to check that out. Hit the subscribe button to make sure that you get it. And then if you've had kind of experience, tips, pointers from playing around with Agentforce and Prompt Builder and all those different things, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this stateless codecast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word. You can follow us on social media at Stateless Code. Until next time, keep coding and don't aggress against peaceful people or vote for others to do so on your behalf. Welcome to the Stateless Code, not Stateless Fode. Asterisk character. Maybe I'm really big into asterisks. At the Stateless Code.